It's been a troubled year for the circus. The greatest show on earth, the Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus, shut down after 146 years. Here in New York, the Big Apple Circus filed for bankruptcy last year. But turns out Big Apple fans are getting an encore, thanks in part to some last-minute medical help. Under the big top in New York's Lincoln Center, the Big Apple Circus is marking its 40th anniversary. But it almost had nothing to celebrate. After declining ticket sales, it filed for bankruptcy last November. Then, just when the circus needed a lifeline, it found a doctor.
I think that to let this disappear would have been a crime.
Dr. Neil Kahanovitz and a team of investors bought Big Apple Circus at a bankruptcy auction. And this holiday season have brought it back to life. There's some people who are saying you're saving the circus. Do you feel that way?
No person can single-handedly save the circus, but I think as a group, as a Big Apple Circus family, we have saved the circus.
What does a surgeon know about running a circus? Follow the doctor into his trailer, and you'll find he knows a lot.
This is actually the trampoline act, and that's me on the bottom.
That's you on the bottom.
Yeah.
He spent 5 years on the road in the circus life, working his way from trampoline clown to trapeze artist, while he was studying for his medical degree. Were you a good trapeze artist?
No. But I used to tell people I was the greatest flyer in medicine today.
There aren't a lot of surgeon trapeze artists.
That's why I was the best.
Yes. There's no exaggerating his credentials as one of the country's leading spinal surgeons. Dr. Kahanovitz has operated on 3 Supreme Court justices. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. It was scary, but it was cool.
Could throw off the balance of the court with the one slip of the knife.
Yeah. I've heard that joke before.
The 68-year-old surgeon was about to retire when the call came about Big Apple. When he agreed to take the job, no surprise, he went looking for the best aerial acts.
And this year, for the first time ever, this is circus history, the 2 most daring feats in the air are being done under the same tent.
The Flying Tunisianis are performing the quadruple somersault on the trapeze. And the fabulous Walendas are performing the 7-person pyramid on the high wire. It's risky business. In February, Nick Walenda and his team suffered an accident in training.
We were trying to, again, up the ante, raise the limits. We were doing an 8-person pyramid, 4 layers high on a wire that was 28 feet up. And unfortunately, we began to lose our balance. We don't know why or particularly what happened. 5 members hit the ground. His sister, Liana, was most seriously injured. And your sister's doing okay? My sister's doing incredibly well. This happened in February, and she's already back on the wire. Amazing.
Walenda says the circus industry has to start pushing the limits.
It hasn't kept up with the times.
How do you stay relevant?
You have to keep them fascinated. There's a lot of competition out there.
So these trailers are all where the performers live?
Yes.
In 2 weeks, the Big Apple Circus will pack up its tent at Lincoln Center and head for Atlanta. And Dr. Kahanovitz will go with them. Is it harder running a circus than you thought?
That's probably the greatest understatement I've heard ever. I've never worked so hard and so long in my entire life.
Yeah.
This puts medical school to shame.
So how does it feel to come back to the circus after all this time?
There have been some moments, and these have been just recently, where I've been able to just sit and watch the show and realize that, wow, we did this.
Do you feel like you're closing a circle for yourself in some way?
You know, it's not so much the circle. I feel like I'm going home.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's how many people get to run away with the circus twice? But it's nice to be home.
It's so great that he's been able to do that again. A lot of the aerial performers are trying to convince him to go up on the trapeze again. And as you might expect, his wife is suggesting that maybe that's not such a good idea.
I love what he said there, though. It's every kid's dream to run away with a circus. He's done it twice now.
It's so great to see that circus back. When the tent was going up in Lincoln Center this year, because I walked through there on my way home.
Yeah.
I was so happy. It's great that it's back.